Okay, so what we're going to cover today is we're going to cover the format for question number 17, and then we're going to review 18. But 17 is really quite important because it's a new thing. It is claim, explanation, and evidence, but not just evidence, it is two pieces of evidence. So this is new on top of new. It may seem very scary. We're going to break it down very easily. First, let's look at the first part, the claim. Is the river more blessing or curse? That is an opinion. You are going to say the river is more of a blessing, or you are going to say the river is more of a curse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this is going to look like for both of them. I don't care which one you pick. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. But I'm going to show you what it's going to look like for each. The river is more of a blessing. The river is more of a curse. I'm going to say I chose this because each one. Because it's my opinion, it's reasonable for me to share why I chose it. So let us go through the river is more of a blessing first, and then we will go through and do a river is more of a curse. So think back to some of the things on page 3 that explain why the river is good. You could look at question 12. What does the river do when it floods? You could look at question 14. And then you can look at question 15. But I do not want you to rely on question 15, where you've cited two pieces of evidence. So, for example, I'm going to say that the river brings silt and the river brings water. So, the river is more of a blessing, period. I chose this because river brings silt and water for crops to grow. And I'm going to do my first piece of text evidence. Do not forget to add in the text it says. And I'm going to say, in the text it says, comma, quote, and then because you've already done the work up here, you are just going to copy two reasons. You're going to do copy reason number 1. Let's say the cycle of fertilizing the farms allows them to grow plenty of crops. Let's pretend that this is here. Right now, I'm going to take this. I'm going to Control C, copy it into my text evidence. Close quote. So now it says, the river is more of a blessing. I chose this because the river brings silt and water for crops to grow, period. In the text it says, quote, the cycle of fertilizing the farms allows the Mesopotamian farmers to grow plenty of crops, period. But remember, two pieces of text evidence. So, also in the text it says, I'm going to go find my second piece of text evidence. So I'm going to say that as the floodwaters spread, they carry silt onto the farmland. That's what I'm going to copy. So I'm going to pretend that I copied it down here before. Now I'm going to go, oh, perfect. Here we go. Control C. Control V. And done. Now I have everything that this question requires. I have a claim. It is clear, it is short, it is not drone on about everything like Mr. Keen does in these videos. Then I have an explanation that tells you, the reader, exactly why I chose the answer I picked. And then finally, I have text evidence 1 and text evidence 2. I put them in quotes because I'm borrowing them. You must put them in quotes. It is extremely important. Now, the river is more of a curse. The river is more of a curse because it kills people and washes away crops. That's what I'm going to say. In the text it says, and I'm going to find one that says it kills people first. Back up and let's find legends from early Mesopotamia. Oh no, here's a better one. If they did not have their farms ready, farmers would lose an entire year's worth of crops. Control C. I'm going to go put that in here, and then I'm going to find one that says floods could and would destroy lives. Perfect. I found my 2 pieces of text evidence. Now I'm going to go ahead and make life extremely easy for myself. I'm going to copy the first piece of text evidence and use it as my quote. I'm going to be very careful because I don't want to mess with the formatting. Close quote. And I'm also going to say a second reason. You notice that I'm not doing exactly the same thing. Second reason is, in the text it says, capital A at the beginning of a sentence, floods would and could destroy lives, or could and would destroy lives. This is a slow process, but it's worth it because what you're doing is you are implementing an expert's opinion and expert's skills, and you're using them to explain your argument. So now I have River's more of a curse. Here's my claim. I chose this because, here's my explanation. In the text it says, with a quoted quote, meaning there's quotations around it, number 1 and number 2. And you notice that I don't shove the 2 pieces of text evidence together all willy-nilly. It's important to have them separate because you want your reader to know that you've taken 2 separate pieces of text evidence and you are using them separately. I am going to stop here and I'm going to post a second video with the reading on the Mesopotamian flood myth and why that myth is viewed as such a scary story in Mesopotamia.